vocabulary, thanks to artificial intelligence, I'm going to use it in comprehension. That's very interesting. So earlier, without artificial intelligence, you have text, you have the passages, and you have to pick words, and then you use it in pre-teaching vocabulary. No, it's different. I decide what vocabulary my students want, and this vocabulary, I use it in a comprehension text that AI can generate. This, it can be reading comprehension, or it can be listening comprehension. Then after we move to summary, of course, to be sure that students really assimilate the formal activities. And then again, smart question. If you're following, so you have seen that asking good questions started earlier, and here it's more, let's say it is more structured. The students have to come up with very smart questions. And we go to stage 3, which is ICA, which is in-class activities. The students come very motivated. That's a very good point. This is one of the strengths of flipped learning. Everybody comes to class, everybody is motivated because they have completed their work. So what are the different activities that we have in class? We start with that, what I call shack time. Shack time, that stands for share, help, ask, and comment. I say it again, share, help, ask, and comment. So the students are supposed to share everything that they have got out of class. I name it cafe talk. It is very casual, friendly situation. They can sit, they can stand, they can do whatever. They're free to talk. Of course, they talk about what they have done out of class, including giving their own opinion on the task, short, long, easy, hard. So they're free to say whatever they want to say. After finishing with the shack time, we go to what I name face-to-face fluency. And maybe you're going to wonder why this face-to-face fluency. Because I'm sure that when we have teams or when we have groups, there are some students who dominate others. They speak more than the others, and the others feel like they are not very engaged. They become passive sometimes. So this face-to-face fluency, it is like a second chance for students to speak face-to-face for each other, and this, it helps them to to express themselves the best way they can. And then after, I move to what I call smart question. But you can see there are SQ repeated twice. But before it, there is AI. It is artificial intelligence smart question. Smart question based on artificial intelligence. That's another very good point. So what I do, as you can see the picture there, this is a word wall. We give the comprehension tags to AI, and it generates questions that the students are going to answer in class, sometimes in pair, sometimes in groups, and it is practicing answering questions, and at the same time the students learn how to ask good questions. So here AI teaches students how to ask good questions. And then after, we go back to student smart questions, those that they have prepared earlier. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, teachers are supposed to alternate between flipped and blend. So blend is going to start here, stage 4. As you can see, blend, we use it especially for the online production. I give here an example of essays written by students. We are dealing with analytical resonance, so this level is kind of C. Actually, the students who have done this work are those I shared in the video recently. So those guys, these are their essays. We are speaking about the importance of asking questions. As you can see, Voltaire, they're saying, judge a man by his questions rather than by his answers. So this activity helps the students first to express themselves in a very formal way. And also it is an opportunity for them to comment on each other's work. And this is one of the strengths of online learning or using different digital platforms. So then when we are in class, the teacher is supposed to start with the language feedback. My language feedback is based on the different mistakes that the students have made along, the different stages, starting with the prelude. It is always interactive activities, no paper, everything is digital, and we move to correcting and practicing, and we practice in class. It is not an OCA. Then, okay, let's go higher. We go to critical thinking. We have two types of critical thinking activities. Critical thinking activities that are part of the prelude and part of the shack time. They are mostly spontaneous critical thinking sessions, but we also have official session only for critical thinking. So students start with the many presentations. As you can see, we have different settings. Then after we move to a roundtable discussion, as you saw in the video I shared a few minutes ago, it was last night. I stayed up till 2 o'clock this morning, so that I can prepare that video for you for this session. Oral presentations, because most of the time we ask the students work together as a team, but when it comes to presentations, we feel that some dominate others. I always say, work as a team, but present individually. So everyone should have the presentation from the very beginning till the end. Then after we move to debate, if the subject is debatable, and then there is picha kucha. Maybe you are familiar with this this type of picha kucha. It is this picture, if you can see. Okay, let's go higher and higher. Elite meet. So most of our units, whenever we finish a unit, we are supposed to invite online or in person someone who is connected, but he is a person who is a professional. In the first picture, you can see an engineer. He works for Google. He is living in the United States of America. The second picture, we were so lucky to invite the mayor of Westminster, London. The third picture, you can see here an author, and the list goes on. So I cannot put all the pictures here because there are a lot of speakers. Every unit, at the end of each unit, there is a guest. Then after we go to another stage, which is creativity, the professional creativity. I name it in class, then out of class, because the students have to work in class and they complete their work out class, knowing that we have to highlight this point. We have only 2 sessions a week, 3 hours a week. High Up Academy, my language center, is not primary school or middle school or high school. Students come here only for 3 hours a week. That's a very interesting point to know. So creativity is the ultimate and most important stage in our flip plan classes. A successful lesson is not evaluated on the basis of paper. It's not evaluated on grading the students' grammar and comprehension drill, let's say tasks and so on. It is based on the students' engagements and achievements in the different stages of creativity. Starting with the first activity that I really like and I do recommend is adopting smart strategy, especially when you ask students to find a solution to problem. You give a problem and they have to find a solution. So you can see on board there, if it is clear, active listening within the family, ways to raise awareness, project presentation, smart strategy. It is very interesting. Smart stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Then after we have motivational speeches. So students they have to take morals from the lesson and they turn into motivational speech. Then we go to making videos. Students make their own videos. And last but not least, we have role play. Most of the lessons are turned into creative into role plays, and they play it as a theater, drama, and so on. So the students can have more practice. Now I'm going to take you to the big surprise, which is this. CAP. We name it Creative Activities in a Public. After finishing each unit, the students are supposed to organize something. Example, conferences, workshops. Whenever there is a vacation, they have, we select some students to work with the teachers to help kids to do something interesting for others. Community service. Today, we start community service. It is bake and sale. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and you can see how it's going, what the students are doing in this community service. It is a long story, so I'm not going to give you details here because it's going to take much time. But you can text, you can email, or just follow us. So we name it, turn words into actions. Ladies and gentlemen, I come to the conclusion now. So FLENT methodology aims to create a flexible learning experience that bridges in-class and out-of-class learning environments into a single space where the virtual and face-to-face worlds converge. We try to promote a lot of skills, including leadership, self, and digital skills. It is worth noting that FLENT methodology proves that skills can never be taught or developed separately. I'm not going to teach communication by presenting or by having listened what is communication. Communication, we have to practice it. It's something that we have to do. They are inextricably intertwined. We cannot, for instance, develop collective intelligence without efficient communication. Effective critical thinking and smart use of technology. Thank you so much, my dear friends, so my dear colleagues. So if you want to see our work, our videos, our pictures, so they are on Instagram and Facebook. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, thank you. So the floor is yours if you have any questions or any addition or any comments. So you're more than welcome.
Thank you so much, Mr. Khalid. This was very informative, and I found your academy very interesting.
Thank you.
Please, if anyone have any question, please can you write it in the chat box, or you can simply unmute your mics and start asking Mr. Khalid. So while people are trying to ask, I just want to ask something about the part of the topics you choose to, yani for the students to discuss, or for the activities they have in the course or in the academy. So how far do you think personalizing the topics is important in in these activities, speaking activities?
Yeah. If I understand,
Mm.
so the topics we try always to deal with some issues that target three things: language,
Yes.
knowledge, and skills.
Okay.
For example, we have a class, we name it leadership class, and our subject that we started in September is learning how to learn. Because we know that the students need to develop this skill of learning how to learn. Nowadays, we notice that a lot of students have problems to work alone. So they do need some support. They do need, we have in Morocco what we call the extra classes. So why not developing one's skill and one's tools in order to learn by yourself? That's number one. But to complete this task, we have to take students from language, knowledge, and practicing. I'm not going to speak about leadership, and the students are not involved or engaged in different activities. I give another example. This week, we have what we call bake and sale. We connect it with identity because we're working on identity. This is another subject because we have two classes. Each class is about one issue. We've been speaking about identity for 3 months. And now we are dealing with how compassion is an aspect of our identity. So we cannot keep it theoretical. We have to turn what we've been saying in class into real life. So the students are going to bake and sell, and then after we're going to collect the donations, and we buy food, we buy clothes, and then we go to unprivileged neighborhoods or schools, and we help people there. And the students have to do it from different stages, starting with baking till the moment of delivery. And at the same time, to develop the digital skills, the students are required to record the different stages. They have to come up with some videos that show their process. It can be vlog, it can be documentary, but it should record what they have been doing. And there is one more thing, I didn't mention it in my presentation. Each student should have his or her personal e-portfolio in which they save every single video, every single certificate, every single picture they have that describes their progress, along the lesson. Okay, have I answered the question maybe to some extent?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. So there are other questions in the chat box. Can you please have a look at them?
Sure. I have to go a little bit back. Can you choose one, please, if you don't mind? Regina, any interesting ways that can help students in listening? Oh, yes, listening. I'm going to take this one and then go to the next. Listening, yes, thanks a lot. One of the strengths of flipped learning is developing listening skills. How? If we do listening in class, it is always frustrating because there are some students who are faster, there are others who are slower. So most of the time the teacher is asked, so please teacher, can you repeat again? I cannot get it. But if we do this listening activity out of class, all of them, each one is going to take his own time to listen. Maybe the slower is going to take, maybe he's going to repeat 3-4 times. The faster, maybe he's going to answer the questions at the first attempt. So, but when they come to class, everybody is coming, and everybody comes with the assimilation of what is the listening about. This is number one. This first part. The second activity that is related to listening, developing the students listening, I'm taking you to class, is using a lot of documentaries and using a lot of movies. Because when we have documentaries and movies, documentaries are very interesting in the sense that they can be short, easy to edit, and you can also target the main parts that you want to deal with. For example, this week we are working on working. It is very interesting documentary produced by Obama. And there is another one that we are going to do next week is Live to Lead by Meghan and the former prince, British prince, Charles maybe. Anyway, I don't remember exactly the name. So those documentaries are short. The students can watch in class, but they have the OCA at home when the teachers are going to ask questions related to the documentary. So whenever they think about it, they already think about, they have listened to something. They have got something that they acquired out of class and complemented in class. Also, we have songs. Songs are very interesting because the students like singing, especially girls. And the songs help a lot of students develop their business. Okay, if not clear, so you can ask again. Sorry for this question, but this is the biggest aspect. Thank you very much. much for this verification. I want to ask if the students are not interested in specific subject. So how can we engage? Yes, yes. That's one of the benefits of having an academy or private school. You're free to choose because most of the curriculum that students have is not really updated. When you have that freedom, so every time you come up with some of the newest issues, because for the moment, everybody's speaking about learning how to learn. Learning how to learn is a priority. So I teach my students this subject. In terms of digital skills, and now we are speaking about AI. We had a lot of lessons about artificial intelligence, IoT. We have a lot of subjects about IoT, and those lessons really interest students. I do recommend to work on IT related lessons that are very, very interesting, and the students like them so much because all of them are connected, are always connected, social media and so on. And the second point is leadership, because we have two types of students. We can find students who are extrovert and some students who are introvert, and in both cases, they need some help. Those who are introverts, they ask, how can I be open-minded? How can I speak? How can I be more engaged in class? And the extrovert is always looking for opportunities to show his skills, his talents. I want to say, I want to share. So try to work mostly on this. Also, we should not forget working on environmental issues. That's very interesting. Yesterday, one of my students, we were speaking about working, and he focused on a theme that is very interesting: single parents. And all the students, started looking at him, and they said, that's a very interesting subject. In some countries, they have this issue of the challenges that those parents face. And for us, for example, here in Morocco, Egypt, and many Muslim countries, we have families like widows. They have problems that are very similar. How they educate their kids, how they follow, and they have to work at the same time. And sometimes the work does not really satisfy the family needs, what we call paycheck to paycheck. So how they can manage with all this? So those are very interesting subjects, and students like dealing with those issues. Okay, please briefly explain how FLAN develops students' creativity. Yes, thanks so much, Dr. Mansour. FLAN, we keep in mind creativity from the very beginning. It starts with creativity. So when we start with the prelude, creativity is there. Creativity is, we name it creative fluency. How to come up with a lot of ideas, or to generate a lot of ideas in a very limited amount of time. How to make a difference in class. How you can say something that others cannot think about. You are the leader. You are to impress. It starts there. And then it goes to poster. Students create posters, digital posters, and they're going to show them. For example, this afternoon, we are going to have a poster expo. Students present their posters, very simple, speaking about menu, morning, what they have in their breakfast for kids, I mean. And it grows with different ages and stages. Then when we go to flipped class, creativity goes deeper and profound, and the students feel it. Creativity there, it is used for problem solving and critical thinking, because they are inextricably intertwined. We cannot separate them. And number three, creativity is also in terms of when they ran like workshops, when they ran like conferences, when they deal with the different situations with other people, they have to be creative, even when making videos, because we insist on making videos. It develops students' confidence. It develops the students' self-esteem. So videos are very interesting for students. So the moment they try their very best, to produce the best quality, the best work for the others. And you can maybe just, if you can have some time, just check these on our social media, on Facebook, Instagram, and you're gonna find a lot of videos made by students. Though we have only 3 hours a week, that's very interesting for me. Yeah. Okay. Any more comments? I really want to have your opinions, my dear colleagues, because that's very interesting for me. Officially speaking, so Flend started this year after publishing the article. So I really want to have some feedback, your opinions. Yeah. Okay. Translation. Okay, any more questions, comments, opinions? Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you, Rinan. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. My pleasure, my friend. Okay. All right, I see. Maybe there is no question, maybe? Anyway, so in case there is any training, official training, so you're more than welcome. So just let me know. I can travel to your country and we can conduct, different trainings in few weeks. I'm going to have something in Spain, presentation there about Fland. Actually, it's going to be the same presentation. There will be another one in Switzerland next July. So if any school is interested, so you're more than welcome. No.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Khalid. I just want to ask people if they want to open their cameras and we can take a collective photo for the
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's good. That's very good. That's very interesting. Family picture, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so maybe you can stop sharing the screen and then we're gonna have the picture together, okay?
Yeah.
دلوقتي.
Maybe I stop sharing?
No, I still have this. Oh, yes, now, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, can if you want to, of course, if you want to, can you please open your cameras so that we can take a photo? Okay, so we're having people up. Hi, hi everyone. Okay, okay, ready? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for having me. It is always for me. It is always an opportunity because I was here last year. It was very interesting, and here I am this year,
The
and
pleasure is
maybe
all.
even in
Thank you.
future. Okay,
It's
thank you
our
so
pleasure. Thank you so much. And please don't forget everyone to check on our social media websites so that you can know the about other webinars, our upcoming webinars. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you, Mr. Khalid. And thank you. Bye bye.